Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first sea turtle release for 2024. My name is Teresa. I am the stranding coordinator at the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies. So we are releasing 3 sea turtles today. We're about to get started, but I will, if you guys want to put where you're tuning in from, I'm going to hand the phone off to one of my staff members here, and she is going to do the live for the rest of this shoot here. Okay.
You got it. Which turtle are you?
There's a tracker mounted onto it. Shell. I know that. I've seen it on the documentary.
Right. Good morning, everyone. We are going to get started with the sea turtle release. We really want to thank everybody for coming. We want to acknowledge Lewisburg Intermediate School, who is here with quite a few of their students. They are doing a mini camp. They came from all the way from Olive Branch, Mississippi, to be down here and learn about our coast and work with our staff members to do a couple of different outreach activities. But we are the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies. We're based in Gulfport. We have an educational park open to the public called Ocean Adventures. But we're here today for our stranding response. So we have a rehabilitation facility for sea turtles and dolphins here. If you ever see a dead, sick, or injured dolphin or sea turtle here in Mississippi, we are the organization that you call, and we have a 24-hour hotline. Now, before I continue, can almost everybody back here hear me? Okay. Unfortunately, I can't bring the speaker out into the water, so I will try to talk as loud as possible. Can everybody hear me up here? Yes. Okay, we'll see if this works a little better. So as I mentioned, my name is Teresa. I oversee the stranding department, which responds to these reported sea turtles and dolphins here. So we have 2 sea turtles that actually came from Massachusetts. So they have cold stun events up there. So since sea turtles are reptiles, their body temperature is going to mimic their environment. And when they have cold spells in the wintertime, if these turtles haven't migrated south, these sea turtles end up washing in with pneumonia, secondary infections, and they get several hundred animals a year. So they can't facilitate that many animals for rehabilitation. So what they do is they fly them to organizations in different areas. And so we are one of the organizations that receives them. So this past December, we received 30 turtles from that group, and we are rehabilitating them, and these are our first 2 that have been cleared for release. And then our larger turtle, who is in the black tub there, that is a sea turtle that was actually caught here in Mississippi. So who here likes to fish? So unfortunately, it is a common occurrence here. We have sea turtles that have learned the fishing piers are an easy place to get food. And so they go right to those piers. And we actually had a sea turtle last year that we released. And then 3 weeks later, he was caught again on one of the fishing piers. So it is a repeated behavior. If you're ever out fishing and accidentally catch a sea turtle, please call our hotline number. We'll have somebody come down, pick up the turtle, and then have our veterinarians assess the animal. And then ultimately, we are going to release them here. But I'm going to have a couple people come up and speak. So first, I will have Rebecca Powers. She is from the Harrison County Board of Supervisors.
All right, thank you, Teresa. Welcome to everyone. We're so happy to have especially our guests from Olive Branch. What you see out here, the Mississippi Sound, is one of the most important ecosystems in the entire country. It is what drives our economy here for the whole state. It is what drives our tourism here for the whole state. The most important thing is to understand that we are here to save our sound. Moby Solangi came here to the coast, 40 years ago. He was the director of Marine Life. And as you know, Katrina destroyed marine life, and our Katrina dolphins became international superstars because their story was such a miracle. What Institute for Marine Mammal Studies does is not only what Teresa says, rehabilitate and rescue full-time, but they also do vital research Did you know we have dolphins who are veterans of the United States Navy living at IMMS? When they retire, they go under big ships before they retire and they look for mines that the enemy might have put under our ships that would kill our servicemen. So these guys retire and the federal government counts on Moby and his team to let them live out their happy retirement lives there. There's so many aspects to what IMMS does. I came here as a reporter in 1996, and one of the first stories I did was on IMMS. And I was blown away and just in awe of Moby and his daughter Sonia and the entire team. As a Harris County supervisor, I'm kind of over the beach, number 5 over the beach. So when Moby called and said we want to name the large turtle with the satellite that you talked about, these turtles are going to go, he's going to go hundreds of miles. Once we release him, hundreds of miles. And with the satellite tracker, they'll be able to tell how much food he's getting and where, what the environment is his whole trip, and if he's able to find mates. If your mom and dad couldn't have had you, life won't continue, so they have to find mates to reproduce. The Kemp's Ridley is not only one of the rarest turtles in the world, they call this place home. They'll travel hundreds of miles and we'll track them, and they'll come back here to give birth, to hatch their own eggs, which is so amazing. So Moby and them wanted to name the big turtle after me, which was very sweet. But I thought I wanted to ask if we could name him after my son. This is Max Powers. When I was pregnant, we found out he was going to have Down syndrome and need major open heart surgery at birth to survive. He was born 25 years ago. He wouldn't be here today. They didn't have that surgery then. I see the turtles, when they hatch, only 1 in 10,000 will even make it to the water and survive for a full life, because the seagulls will eat them before they can get out there. But for this guy, the challenge he faces, he had a hook in his mouth, and now here he is rehabilitated, ready to go back out into the wild. The information, the research that we gather from these people, we can watch online, which is very cool. Maybe your teachers will let you watch it at school. It is vital to understand and to save our sound and our Kemp's Ridley and so many more. So, Max Powers, the turtle is going to be named after you, and we're going to walk out together and release him. And thank you, and I love y'all. And of course, Ocean Adventures, also open on Dolphin Lane and Gulfport. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Next, we're going to have Dr. Joey Burke.
Good morning. Oh, you can do better than that. Good morning. That's what, 171 from up north. I knew you could do better than that. Well, welcome. Beautiful morning on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And as a veterinarian and a former researcher that has the opportunity to work with IMMS, let me just share with you some of the other research and how important this is, that the research that they do. Dr. Solanke and his team many decades ago began a process of identifying dolphins, wild dolphins, within the sound through their fins. And then that led to genetic testing and following those through, like I said, their entire lives. So things along those lines. Other things that they've done is when we had the freshwater incursion in 2019 from the Bonnet Careway Spillway open, they were very instrumental in understanding why these dolphins were dying. And they were seeing signs that we had not ever seen before in dolphins. So identifying that underlying cause. And you say, well, that's great and that's good for the dolphins, but how does that really affect me? Well, any of us that live here along the Gulf Coast, or any of you that love to eat seafood and such, realize the dolphin is a sentinel animal out there. So what's happening to them can very easily happen to us. So again, it's today like today to celebrate the release of these dolphins is important and fun. But the things that they do behind the scenes that you may not ever hear of are equally, if not more, important. So you see one of these guys wearing the IMMS shirt, thank them today. So thank you all. I hope you have fun and enjoy your time on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
All right, thank you to our speakers. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So first we're going to have Angel. She is one of the teachers from Lewisburg, and she is going to be releasing Lewis. So I do ask everybody that is down here to please keep this aisleway open. We have staff kind of stationed through to make sure everybody leaves a nice open space for this turtle to make its way. Because it's low tide, we are going to have to walk him out pretty far. Everybody wave bye to Lewis. He's waving to you. All of the sea turtles being released today aren't Prince-Ridley sea turtles. They are the most endangered species in the world, and you will find them here in the Gulf of Mexico. But as I mentioned, these sea turtles were found in Massachusetts. So a portion of them do get swept up the Gulf Stream when they are transformed. And that is how these animals end up in the Atlantic Ocean. But the Gulf is also their home, so that's why when we receive them, we do release them here in Mississippi.
Oh.
Beautiful, my friend.
Yep, I am too. You're good. Go ahead.
Have a great life, Lewis.
Amazing job.
He's not going anywhere.
There we go. There we go.
Bye. All right. So now we are going to.
Thank you. Thank you.
another view of the ones that see the most on our facility. All right, everybody give a good send-off. Rebecca mentioned sea turtles nesting here in Mississippi. So we do monitor out on one of the barrier islands here, organization, but we do occasionally have a nest here on the mainland. So typically we have loggerhead sea turtles, but a couple years ago we had our first documented hedge release of this specific species of sea turtle that nested out on Ship Island. That was very significant because that was the first time this turtle was documented here. And typically those turtles only nest in Mexico and South Texas. So they have a very small nesting.
If you guys couldn't hear the announcement, this is Rebecca Powers releasing Cold Stun Barbie. A little bit more. We're gonna go to
Lastly, we are going to have Max released. Max is going to be carried out by one of our interns, Madeline, who spent the last few months caring for Max. So Max is a little bit of a large turtle. You will notice our sea turtles here, they will move offshore in the winter months and they have to mouth of the Mississippi River. And then they do come back inshore when it gets a little warmer. So we actually released 3 sea turtles, 2 in October and 1 in December with satellite transmitters. They went all the way down to the Mississippi River route, and then now they're actually back here. As of this morning, 2 of them were transmitted just off the coast here in Boston.
When I was little, I had apple bottom.
One of our spicier turtles that we've had this past year. He was caught on a fishing pier in October. After that hook removal, we had a couple of issues that have since resolved, and now he's been cleared for release. He's going to help us see what's going on here.
If you guys could not hear Teresa, this is Max. He's a Kemp's Ridley, and he does have a satellite tracker. You okay? Nope, nope. Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. I need you to go back up. It's not getting in there. Go ahead.
You walked 100 yards with a 25-pound third.
There's my workout for the day.
Yeah, you can go home now.
It was funny because it was getting dark and it was getting deeper, and then I got to
It's like the Coney show. It wasn't like so now? No? Okay.
and I'm talking to me. I'm like, I'm sorry.
No, we were there. We're not. They told me I gotta walk into the
So thank you everybody for tuning in for our Facebook Live. I know we had to kind of walk pretty far out in the water here. So we had those 3 sea turtles that were released. Please let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. And as always, we will update our Facebook next time we have a release. And thank you so much for attending virtually.